What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of La Liga Career Mode. This is episode number 54. We're starting today's stuff on the back of our win over Mallorca. Yep, beaten back-to-back now this season. First time ever in a season I've beaten them back-to-back by taking on Real Madrid at the Bernabeu in the Super Copa. Yes, the Super Cup, the Spanish Super Cup. First time we've taken part in it after our third place finish in La Liga last season. And our semi-final opponents are going to be, well, the team that won the league title the past 3 years. Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. This season having a really tough season in 5th place. They're 10 points behind us in the race for the league title right now as we're still top of the table. But Real Madrid in our first ever Super Cup meeting. And you would have seen by my team, this came on Thursday night. A few days later, we were back to matters in La Liga. So heading into the game, before the Villarreal game, it's a winnable trophy because you just got one semi-final and then you're into the final if you win it. But I decided to rest quite a lot of my players. Now, there was still a lot of starters out there. It was a mix of starters and backup players, if you will. But still quite a strong lineup regardless. But despite Real Madrid struggling this season domestically in 5th place in La Liga right now and 10 points behind us, the league leaders, I still felt as though we were going to struggle against them. And why is that? Well, it's Real Madrid. It's one of the absolute best teams in the world. And what's that old saying? Form is temporary, class is permanent. Yep, heading into the game, Real made the brighter start. Vinicius scored the opening goal. And look at this. When you talk about quick dribbling and quick footwork, oh my God. Absolutely ludicrous piece of skill from Vinicius. The dribble in there happened so quickly, almost gave me an aneurysm. But even so, still down by a goal, courtesy of Vinicius, making it 1-0. And an A-team just into the game trying to respond. Hadn't really started the game off very well. VR had our first chance of the game. Well saved by Courtois, and then the header from Gabriel goes wide. So, yep, still down by a goal, but I responded after going down early, tried to get back on level terms here, and felt as though I could find a goal as the top scorers in the league this season. Randy and Tecker offload to Mia, 18 yards from goal, and bang, picked that one out. Luis Mia fires one in, top bins, no chance for Courtois, and we're back on level terms in Madrid. You know, I mentioned it many times before, but this guy, it was him and VR that were my candidates for the captaincy back in Season 3. I opted for VR. I don't regret it, of course I don't, but Mia is just like the most underrated player there is in this team, man. He just does everything, and he does everything well. So we're back on level terms, but Real's firepower meant for sure they'd find a goal to return to leading ways at some point, and they would as well. Paulo Dybala, 4 minutes before the break, puts them back in front. It's 2-1 in what was a really open game. Both teams getting chances, very action-packed, very end-to-end, and 5 minutes after the restart, after Pacheco came off the bench, we had a chance to get back on level terms, and I put it wide. There were an abundance of chances for both teams. I couldn't believe I was saying this, but 10 minutes after the restart, as we were still down by a goal, Real Madrid looking to extend the goal-scoring cushion to 2, and they'd do so as well. Militao offloads, and Real would make it 3. But I couldn't believe there was only 4 goals, because it really was an open game, really action-packed, really end-to-end. And I'll be talking about this more in the next episode, talking about FIFA a lot more in the next episode, talking about the openness of games now, if you will. But it meant that even with 12 minutes to go, as we were down by 2, I still didn't think the game was over. And with 12 minutes on the clock, Calderon, who's come back from his loan spell at Ibrox, in his comeback game makes it 3-2, puts us back in the game, cut the gap to 1, and with 5 minutes on the clock, one final chance to force extra time. Pacheco off the bench, turns his man, and offloads to Monchu, also off the bench. Back to Pacheco, the subs link up, and then Sugawara receives it. Down the right hand side, whips one in, and Tecker flicks it back, and Centelles drills it in, and Granada from 3-1 down scored 2 goals in the final 15 minutes to level it and force extra time, courtesy of the most unlikely heroes you would have. Calderon, who's only just come back from loan from Rangers for 2 years, and Alex Centelles as well. And it's a brilliant finish by the former Almeria man. Perhaps Courtois could have done better there. It wasn't right in the corner, but hit really sweetly, I'd say. And that would do it. Final score, 3-3, and we would head in to extra time courtesy of a great comeback at the Bernabeu. But despite 6 goals in 90 minutes, I still felt there were more to come. Second half begins, not much to report in the first 10 minutes, but soon afterwards Real looking to get back in front for the 3rd time in the game. Vinicius Jr. rolls it through to Goncalves, and Pedro makes it 4-3 and once again restores Real Madrid's lead. But I thought, it's okay. Because of the way the game was being played and because of how FIFA is now, it's so open, end-to-end action-packed. I knew there'd still be another chance. And in the final minute of extra time, one late opportunity as we went into stoppage time to force a penalty shootout. Monchu gets rolled forward and smacks it in far corner. And 2 goals in stoppage time. Well, I tell you what, Real Madrid are used to doing that themselves, but we've just done it to them at the Bernabeu. Monchu off the bench with the final kick of the game in 2 hours worth of football forces a penalty shootout. Twice Ancelotti's side let it slip in normal time and in extra time, and the game finishes 4-4 penalty shootout. And I didn't feel one bit confident. Because you know me, I can't take penalties, I can't score penalties. Dybala scored the first, but Randy Wood level from the spot. It's 1-1, and we fire in our first of 5. Pedro Goncalves, who scored in normal time, was denied, though, by Maximiano. And then Mia beat Courtois. So I was in a very surprising position. I was leading a penalty shootout and had the chance to extend it to 2. Ruben Neves denied, and then Darwin had the chance to put us 3-1 up, which he would do, and that meant we had 3 straight chances to reach the Super Cup final. Vinicius Jr. against Maximiano, who'd saved 2 in a row, was sent the wrong way by the Brazilian. It's 3-2, but I thought, it's okay. We still got 2 more chances to make it through. Calderon, who scored our 2nd on the night, with a chance to put us through to the Super Cup final in our first year taking part in the competition. The kid, back from his loan spell at Glasgow Rangers, misses a penalty. What is about players that have been on loan at Rangers missing penalties? Aaron Ramsey, look away now. But even so, 3-2, and I thought I've missed 2 chances to make it through. This is my 3rd. Militao versus Maximiano. Sent the wrong way again. Couldn't believe it. Absolutely bottled it. But I thought there's still a chance. There's still a chance. Pacheco can send us through. I forgot we had our 5th penalty to come. And a score from this would put us through. Pacheco versus Courtois. I missed my last one. And I missed this one as well. And I couldn't believe it. 4 straight chances to make it through. And I'd missed them all. And then after Bogdanovic sent Maximiano the wrong way, the tables had turned. And now I wasn't shooting to a better place in the final, but shooting to keep my place in the shootout. And Courtois pulled off the heroics, made 3 straight saves. And the man who scored the goal to force the shootout missed the decisive penalty. Poetic injustice. Final score 4-4, and on penalties, Real Madrid come back from the brink to win it 4-3. They were toying with me. They were teasing me. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. And you have just witnessed the biggest bottle job on a penalty shootout ever. No doubt about it. That's the worst you'll ever see. I have mentioned many times before, for me, penalties, it's a combination of a lack of technical ability, but I think primarily a psychological thing, because I really, 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 really struggle with penalties. And I really think it's a mental thing, because, you know, even when I was 3-1 up and, you know, I had actually 4 chances, not 3, but 4 chances. We were just another bid here for Suarez. RB Leipzig putting a small transfer bid plus Evan Nilsson here for our striker. Even though I had 4 chances to win it and make it through to the final, I still felt I wouldn't go through. I have this really big mental stumbling block in the back of my mind where it's like any kind of high pressure situation, I always feel I will miss it, or I will lose it, or I will fail in that situation. I never feel confident. I never ever feel confident. I'm absolutely awful. I can only recall 1 penalty shootout I've won in FIFA 22, perhaps 2 thinking about it, but it's just like, I still didn't feel confident. You know, 4 straight chances to win it, and I absolutely bottled it. The worst bottle job you will see from a penalty shootout, man. And Real make it through. And it kind of just summed up me in FIFA, you know, like seriously, no matter what the deficit, no matter who I'm taking on, I fancy my chances to score the goals. And even if I'm down by a couple in a late game situation like we were against Real there, I still felt I could force extra time, and we did. And even in the final minute extra time, I still felt I could force a shootout, and I did. But going into the shootout, I didn't think I'd win it. I felt like I had like a 5% chance at best. Because I just don't have the mental capacity for it, man. I'm just an absolute choke artist. So, yeah, very frustrating indeed. Out of the Super Cup, and I only have myself to blame. I battled back on 3 separate occasions, twice in stoppage time to force extra time, and then a shootout, and then absolutely choked it from the spot kicks. Awful. Absolutely awful. But you know what? I was thinking, that's alright. And I'll tell you why. Heading into the game, you would see my lineup. It was a mixture of starters and backup players. And why is that? Well, a few days later, we were taking on Unai Emery's Villarreal away from home. And in La Liga right now, whilst Real Madrid might have beat us in the Super Cup, they're 10 points behind us in La Liga, having a tough title defense season after winning it the last 3 years in the game. So I was thinking, it's okay, it's alright. And here's the reason why. La Liga is of far more importance to me than the Super Cup. The Super Cup is my lowest priority. So going out of it, yes, in heartbreaking fashion, didn't mean much to me. But Villarreal away from home was a bigger game. So there's a chance to extend our lead at the top. We're 6 points clear of Barca right now, and a chance to go even further clear of Xavi's side. Taking on Unai Emery's team away from home. It was a really open game in the first half, though, just like against Real Madrid. We've seen 4 goals. Crepin has scored against his former team. His form lately has been unbelievable, but Villarreal kept on pegging us back. Eddie Nketiah. Now Villarreal made it 3-2. And heading into the break, 5 goals in 40 minutes, and we still weren't done there. From kickoff, we crossfield to Pablo Maffio, and then back into Domingos Duarte, back out wide towards Carlos Neiva on the left flank. Our left back finds Jan Bryce-Ateki, through to Crepin Diatta, scored our 3rd, and then assists our 4th, rolls it through to Suarez. He's not taken any step back since the injury, gets yet another goal to make it 4-2. And once again, we restore our 2-goal cushion. And it still wasn't done in the first half. And in the very next episode, I'm going to talk about this in a lot more detail. I'm going to have a bit of a sit down and chat episode where I don't really discuss what's going on in the game, in the games I should say, but really just discuss FIFA in a very relaxed way. So look forward to that if you like my more kind of casual episodes, if you will. But even so, Villarreal, right before the break, 2 minutes into stoppage time, made it 4-3 in an absolutely wild game away from home. And 5 minutes after the restart, the second half had barely begun, and we made it 5-3, and for the 3rd time in the game restored our 2-goal cushion. Antonio smacks it in, top bins, and it wasn't done there. There were 8 goals in 50 minutes, and there were more to come. 4 minutes later, we were on the break. Antonio rolls through Suarez, gets behind the back of Christensen, and scores this absolutely audacious chip akin to Xherdan Shaqiri's versus Everton all those years ago. Now that is a reference and a half. If you guys haven't seen that goal, I'll try and leave a link to it. It's not too dissimilar to the goal that the Swiss forward scored, but even so, Suarez chips it over his man in off the post with Christensen on his shoulder. It's 6-3, 9 goals in an hour. And there were more to come. Eddie Nketiah gets inside my area, turns his former teammate Gabriel, and it's turned in to make it 6-4. 10 goals as Jonathan Burkhardt, the German, cuts it to 2. And there was still more to come. 17 minutes to go. Spinazzola rolls through Kingsley Coman, slots it past Maximiano for his brace, and it's 6-5. And I had no idea what was going on at this point. It was just absolutely ridiculous. Defense, FIFA 22 doesn't know the meaning of the word. 11 goals in the game, and where there's still more to come, you best believe it. Monchu, who missed the penalty, the deciding one against Real Madrid, comes back and makes it 7-5. Responding to adversity, Monchu makes it 7-5 7-5. Yep, I'll say that scoreline again. 7-5. And after 12 goals in one game, the referee probably blew for full time early because he thought, you know what, I've had enough of this, man. Seriously, the amount of times I had to blow my whistle for kickoff today, it's losing its ability. But even so, I'm out of breath. But 7-5, the final score. 12 goals in a game, and whilst we lost to Real Madrid in the Super Cup in embarrassing fashion, bottling the penalty shootout, didn't mind one bit. Why is that? Well, after winning a 12 goal, I'll say it again, 12 goal thriller, we remain top of the table by 6 points. Real Madrid, you can have the Super Cup, because right now we're on course to take your La Liga away. My goodness, what an episode. But that went into today's episode of La Liga Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And in the next episode, it's going to be a bit of a sit down and chat episode discussing FIFA 22. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.